And now on the line is Aideen Yourell from the Irish Council Against Blood Sports. Aideen, welcome back to Near FM.
Thank you for having me, Darren. I
Okay,
appreciate that.
okay. It has been, Aideen, around 3.5 years since our first and last interview on Near FM. Although I have done many other interviews on Near FM about animal welfare stroke rights since our last interview. I understand that it is possible that you might have been on other programs or programs on Near FM since our last interview, Aideen. But as it has been so long since our last interview on this program, Global Solidarity is called on the station, can you remind our listeners first, please, a bit about the history and evolution of your organisation and how you became involved with it?
The Irish Council Against Blood Sports was founded in 1966 by a group of concerned people who were concerned about blood sports. And in fact, one of the founding members was an actor, a well-known actor called John Cowley, who played a well-known character in Ireland for many, many years, and that was Tom Reardon in The Reardons. It was a rural-based drama, and it went out every Sunday, and he was terribly well-known, and everybody thought he was real when they met him. But he was very much anti-blood sports, and he was very concerned about hare coursing and fox hunting and all the rest of it. But that's the origins. The council is still running since 1966, and we now call ourselves banbloodsports.com for short.
Okay.
And we've got a Facebook page and a website. And people can get on to our Facebook page to find out about our campaigns and how they can help to get blood sports banned, blood sports that are still carrying on, that shouldn't be carrying on in Ireland. The likes of fox hunting and hare coursing shouldn't be happening. But still they're happening, even though 77% of Irish citizens want to see a ban on hare coursing and fox hunting. And the government is there turning a completely blind eye to that.
Are you still called the Irish Council Against Blood Sports, or do you use two names?
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we are, but our Facebook is banbloodsports.com, and our website is, it's like Irish Council Against Blood Sports and banbloodsports.com. That's how we're known now.
Are you a member of the organisation for long, Aideen?
Oh yeah, yes I am. I'm a campaign director, and I'm also the PRO. But I think you wanted to talk to me today.
Yeah, okay, I'll move on. I'll ask you about that now. Okay, Aideen, I think most people in Ireland, when they think about blood sports, they think about fox hunting, but there is another old blood sport that is taking place in Ireland again now at the moment, and that is the subject of a new investigative report by Noteworthy and the journal that is cockfighting. Can you tell our listeners more about this story, Aideen?
Yeah, well, cockfighting, I would say it's banned, and it was banned in 1835, and it never really died out because there's always a cohort of people who will carry on with this in a very underground, secretive way. You know, I remember even as a young person, there was a man living close to our family, and he used to organise cockfights. And I was very young at the time, so I didn't really understand what was going on or what these things were. But it never really died out, and it's carrying on today. And of course, there's gambling going on, and it's the most vicious, horrible, cruel, barbaric blood sport, and it really needs to be stamped out. And I want to commend Noteworthy for the wonderful work they've done in getting to the bottom of this. I mean, it makes for horrific reading. The article in the journal today is just horrendous. I mean, it's incredible that it's still carrying on, and it really needs more work by the Gardaí and the Department of Agriculture to stamp this out.
Yeah, I find
it's just unbelievable. And what shocks me most is the way it seems to be so highly organised, and they're colluding with people in Pakistan, a country where there seems to be no animal welfare laws or anything worth speaking about. I mean, there are horrendous things going on there, and they do horrendous things to animals. They've got air coursing, of course, and they seem to be supplying eggs from so-called fighting cocks that are being imported sent to Ireland, and it's just unbelievable. And and they mention the fact that it's a lot of younger men involved, and that's just so awful and so disappointing that it's carrying on in the younger generation.
Yeah, I find it unreal. According to the report today, that sometimes children do be present at these cockfights. That's unbelievable, isn't it?
Unbelievable. Normalising that horrendous carry on to young children. I mean, what kind of a lesson is that to teach a young person? It's just depressing now, I have to say.
Do you know? It didn't say in the report, Aideen, but do you know if it happens in some places more than other places? If you know what I mean.
Well, I always heard that it was in border areas, that kind of an area. I see where it's been located in Cavan and Tipperary.
Okay.
But I suppose it could be anywhere because it's so. They can organise it in the back of a van. They can organise it in a small area, and keep it secret. It's just horrendous. But another thing that horrified me was the fact that they're using performance-enhancing drugs to make these animals more aggressive, and to fight to the death. It's just so cynical. It's just sadistic and horrible. I can't understand the mentality of these people. There's no compassion, not an ounce of pity for these creatures.
Yeah, I don't know about you, Aideen, but I personally do not have a lot of hope for the adults involved in this blood sport in terms of the evolution of their psychology, as it is such a sadistic and depraved blood sport that you would have to be very depraved, I believe, to support or get any enjoyment out of two animals kill one another. Would you agree with that, Aideen?
I would. It's similar to dog fighting, which is an illegal sport as well. Badger baiting, it's illegal, but it still carries on. It's going on in the country, badger baiting. And more needs to be done to stamp out these activities. I'd like to see the Department of Agriculture getting more involved and and the Gardaí to stamp these things out, because people know. There's a network of people. Noteworthy were able to dig down and find it, so if they're able to do it, and I commend them, because we really need to know these things are happening before we can do anything about them. And I must say they've done wonderful work, Noteworthy, in getting to the bottom of this. And I'm going to make a complaint to the Gardaí now immediately on the head of this. But I'll be writing to the Garda Commissioner calling for an investigation and for them to get all the evidence that Noteworthy have come up with, and get an investigation going into this and people prosecuted. Just to say to people, I want to say to people out there, if they know anything about dog fighting, badger baiting, or this horrible cockfighting, to please contact the ISPCA, the Gardaí, the Department of Agriculture, or contact us, info@bannedbloodsports.com, or phone us on 044 93 49848.